Hi, Chicken Bone John here. I've just been on Cigar Box Nation and just seen somebody asking about how to play Roadrunner by the Animals. In fact, to my shame, I'd never heard the track, but I just checked it on the wonderful Spotify, and I think I've sussed it out. I'm going to have a quick run through, and then I'll see if I can show you what I'm doing here. Okay, that's the general gist of it. I think you've got that. Just a couple of things. This is in F, and I've got this guitar tuned F with an F on the top, octave on the top, and I think it's a C in the middle. So I've got F, G, A, B, C. So F, C, F. I've got this guitar fairly clean. Not much dirt on it, bit of echo, and I'm using, I don't often use a pick, but I'm using a pick, and it's a thin one, so I can get that. Okie doke. So I'll show you the moves, but I'll also just a little bit on the technique. To get that sound, when you're going rising towards the pick. You need a fairly thin pick and some fairly heavy wound strings to get that. And the other thing which I'm doing is I'm muting the strings. So on the bass, I've got the heel of my hand here. I'm not letting it ring. I'm not doing that. I'm doing that. Okay, so that's. Letting that top string ring. So bass, and it's just a straightforward blues progression, a 1, 4, 5. That's not the fourth and the fifth chords, that's the first note, the fourth note, and the fifth note in the major scale. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your fourth note. Fourth chord on the fifth fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's straight mathematics. 1, 4, 5, nothing material, clever about it. You're just counting up, but you include 1 is your first note. So, I'll see if I can show you what I'm doing here. It's just a sort of typical walking bass style thing, sort of surf style, and we go. So I'm going for open, then third and fourth, open on the middle, second on the middle, and open on the top. I'm using all down strokes apart from the upstroke on the top. You could probably do it other ways, but it seems to give me that chopping down and then letting the twang come up on the top string. So I'm letting that top twang ring out. So it's chunk, chop, chop, chop. Slow that down. That's letting the notes ring out. Okay, and it's exactly the same move at the 5th fret. So you have to replicate that, but without having the open note here. You obviously have to use your fingers. So we're going equivalent of the same frets starting at the 5th. It's a bit more of a stretch because you've obviously got to keep this first finger here handy. And what I'm doing, if you can, try and allocate a finger to each fret. And it's much easier if you can keep the first finger down and stretch with your third and fourth fingers. So your first finger is always ready. You can lift it, but look, see what I'm doing. I've got my first finger, third, fourth, back to the first. I'm not bothering using my second finger. I could do, I suppose. But it's... Get my fingers in shot again. So we're on the 5th, 8th and 9th, 5th, 7th, 5th, and then there's that little rundown which is with just a bar on the 7th and the 5th. So going 1, 2, 3. So I'm going the little rundown, just chromatically down from the 7th, 6th, 5th, and then you put that rake down the, and I'm sort of pulling that off, that riff again, and then rounding it off at the 7th. So taking it all round again. And round. I did a few fluffs there. As I said, I'd never heard that tune until about 5 minutes ago, but I thought I'd have a look at it. That should be in the same key if you go into Spotify as the Animals, which, as I say, I think you'll find that's in F. So I've got some pretty heavy strings on here. I think there's something like 42, 36, 23s. And remember, fairly clean sound on your amp. You want a twang rather than a thrash. Use a plectrum. And to get that sound, you really need it fairly thin, so it's going to catch on the raps. And the other key thing is damp with the heel of your hands, down strokes, and do down strokes and an up twang. That's not critical, but that just helps the rhythm of it. I think that's about it. And you will have to stretch your fingers. It's easy down here. And as I say, try and allocate a finger to each fret. Try not to slide your fingers up. Try not to do this. What I'm doing there is I'm using the second and third, and then my first finger. It's trying to be as economical as possible. You don't want your hand to be thrashing up and down. So it's quite a good one, this, for as a stretching exercise, particularly here when you're at the 5th. But you see what I'm doing? I'm keeping my hand in this 5th fret position here. And in the open. If you wanted to do that riff up at the 7th, it's the same principle. It gets easier as you get up the neck. Keep messing the note there. Okay, I hope that's been some help. So practice, 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 and I might even record this. Okay, bye for now.